Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm out here in Palm Springs, California, literally in the desert, and we're here for the first drive of a very important truck from Ford. It's this vehicle right here. This is your updated, refresh 2024 F-150 Raptor, but guess what? This is the top dog. This is the Raptor R. But before we get into this supercharged V8 performance truck, let's talk about what's going on here. Go back to 2009. That was the birth of the Raptor, made by SVT, Special Vehicle Team. And now that SVT is referred to as Ford Performance. So what was created back in 2009 for that 2010 production year has morphed into the truck behind me. Now, it's very dirty. We've been doing the business out here in the sand dunes on the open desert Baja courses because Ford says that they have not only brought more power, which is always a good thing, right? That's not a bad thing, but also changed up how the truck communicates with the driver. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for that new high performance truck, and remember, Ford is the brand that created the performance truck class, this extreme performance truck class. Do you go with this Raptor R, or should you try to track down the last of the Ram TRXs, or maybe hold out and get yourself our new Ram RHO? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Raptor R and find out. Now, you may think that this color is like a sand dune style color, or some type of terra color. It's literally called shelter green. And this is the official color of the Raptor. I'm gonna kind of clean some of that dust away for you. It's a dark metallic green, only available on the Raptor. And it's one of those colors that, like I said, is going to separate you from the rest of the performance truck crowd. Now, new for 2024, just like the other Ford F-150s, we have an updated headlight design. Double stacked. It's like these two Klondike bars, which I wish I had a Klondike bar right about now because it's about 100 degrees out here. LED projector beam lighting. You'll notice the signature. When you go Raptor, you get that signature style to the daytime running lamp. And then even our auxiliary daytime running lamp built into the fender flare. Now, when it comes to this truck, it has that extra width, and you could see not only the extra body, but also that extra fender flare that's extending outward to keep those massive 37-inch tires in check. Working our way down, a brand new sculpted modular steel front bumper. So we're gonna have our Rigid Industries LED fog lamps, and then they re-sculpted the actual bumper to try to bring as much as they could up towards the body, because you don't need to have the bumper down here. We want that bumper nice and high and have the lighting in there. But love the way they sculpted it. Now, as we come across the new grille, you could see the name Ford spelled out in our DOT required auxiliary lighting. Because of the width, this falls into a different class of truck with the DOT. R stands for really good horsepower underneath the hood, supercharged power. That Ford name, you can see how they put this little decorative kind of extra style to it to make it pop out. Fully functional grille up top with the active shutters, forward-facing camera with a washer. And then working our way down to ground level, you're gonna have another massive opening in the modular steel front bumper to bring more cool air with more active shutters. And then of course, we're gonna have those bright orange Ford Performance recovery tow hooks. That's gonna allow you to pull the TRXs out of the dirt, out of the mud, and also yank one of those RHOs right out. Now underneath, you're gonna get full skid plate protection, just like before. Protects the transfer case, your oil pan, your fuel tank. That goes all the way back, and that's steel. They're not aluminum, they're steel. You have your extra ground clearance because we are on 37-inch tires. And new for 2024 is a totally revised steering rack, which, wait until we go out in the desert and do some desert running, it's gonna blow your freaking mind. Now, as we rise back up, you got that massive bulge. Everybody wants a bulge. Guess what, guys? Put the socks away. You got your bulge. You have your fully functional heat extractors. And then you'll notice on the side the Raptor R badge. And this particular one, besides being the shelter green, has the Raptor graphics package. So that is something that you can add to your Raptor at the time of ordering. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire. You're gonna notice an all new off-road wheel. Now, like I said, same thing. It may look tan. It's actually a flat black. When it's all clean, we do have our beadlock wheel. I love the style. And of course, what I really love are those 37-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tires. Gonna give you the grip, gonna give you all that grappling power. It's got the shield protection all the way around, but I love how they work the style with the wheel. And remember, when you're talking about the actual wheel size, you're looking at a 17-inch wheel in diameter, 275 on the width, and then you have that meaty 50 series sidewall. I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing in and show you the front suspension. New revised control arms, upper and lower control arms, your suspension springs and shock absorbers. Remember, the Raptor R, just like the regular Raptor, uses that Fox Racing active wire, that live wire active suspension system. And they really went to work on the individual compression and rebound dampening of each of them, all four corners, to give you that ultimate in off-road Baja running capability. Now on the side, you'll notice that we have a functional fender vent. I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around and show you that opening for the fender vent. We have our graphics that they actually brought onto the side. Nice touch. I'm telling you what, we will eventually get one of these nice and clean to showcase to you, but we have color matched on the mirror caps, 360-degree cameras. You have, specific to the Raptor, these stationary running boards, which can be taken off if you choose to do so. And you can see how these have the actual Raptor name stamped in there. Of course, you're gonna have that 4-door capability, bring all your friends off-roading. Working towards the rear, ours is hooked up with a CB radio. So that's why we have the addition of the antenna in the back. Makes sense since we're out here in the middle of nowhere. You'll notice, check out the suspension up top. You can see that active valve technology, the special box frame, all of the suspension bits for that ultimate in wheel travel. And then I love that when you go with the graphics package, obviously you have the Raptor name up top, but then you have the R highlighted in orange. That to me makes it really pop out. Now when we come to the back, very dusty, very dirty, but you could clearly see how we have a new style of LED taillights. We have the Ford name just like up front with that nice etched in design, the Raptor R badge. Looking good, even though it's all covered in dirt. And then as we work our way down, you're gonna have your active performance exhaust with an active valve. It has different varying amounts of sound level. You have your spare tire mounted up nicely, high out of the way. Underneath, you're gonna have, of course, your electronic locking diffs. And then we have our full tow capability. And then, of course, this is a truck. So you have that nice soft release into the back of the bed. You have your full usability, all of the LED lighting, your special waterproof, weather-tight compartment for your off-road Twinkies. And then on the the driver's side, you're gonna find your LED lighting. And then we also have our home power source in the back. But why don't we go ahead, let's put this back in the up position. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go pop the hood and check out the engine in this Raptor R. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You have your hood struts. Underneath the hood is the heart of the Raptor R. It's that same power plant, the Predator, that's underneath the hood, taken right from the GT500. So what do we have? We have a 5.4 liter supercharged V8 with now 20 more horsepower. That means we have 720 horsepower. If you compare that to the Ram TRX has 702 horsepower. Ram RHO has 540 horsepower. You have 640 pound-feet of torque. It's all bolted to a 10-speed automatic transmission. The crazy thing, even with this truck and the weight, 0 to 60 in about 3.4 seconds, quarter mile in 11.9 at 114 miles per hour. And at the end of the day, you can still do your towing. 8,700 pounds worth of towing, 1,400 pounds worth of payload, MPGs, 10 in the city, 15 on the highway. If that bothers you, I'll direct you to a Toyota Prius to go drive, and the truck weighs 6,077 pounds. But this is what Ford is bringing. When they say Ford performance, they're bringing the performance horsepower-wise, but wait until we take you for a spin and show off all the suspension goodies. But let's go ahead, let's fire up this beast and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2024 Ford F-150 Raptor R. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want a freaking performance truck. I know the Ram TRX is going into extinction once again, like the original T-Rex, but I'm very curious about this Raptor R. I guess the bottom line is, how much is it? Well, let me drop it on you very lightly. MSRP for your standard Raptor, the one with the 3.5 liter EcoBoost power plant, is $80,000 and change. This one has an MSRP of $111,000 and change. So let's see how it stacks up to the competition from Ram, to the door panels. I love the way they bring the great style. So you're going to have that leather with the Ford Performance orange stitching, the Alcantara, and real deal carbon fiber, not the fake stuff. You have some gunmetal gray finish, no gloss black, which is nice. And they brought the stitching out onto the armrest. Now, when you go from the armrest to that center Twinkie holder there, get your fudge-filled Twinkies. Those are the off-road Twinkies. You can put 6 of them in there. And we have the B&O sound system. But I don't know who in the hell is going to listen to music when you have 720 horsepower from a supercharged V8. Pockets large enough for 2 iguanas. So if you're out here in the desert and you find a couple iguanas and you want to take them home, you can put them in the door pocket, and you have room for 2 bottles of water. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, same news. The leather, the orange stitching, some piping, real deal carbon fiber. And you'll notice on the edge by the AC vent, you do have special treatment for the Ford Raptor. Love this gunmetal metallic gray finish. Obviously, this is a door. You could put easily, I would say, 6 cheeseburgers in there. Get extra pickle. Tell them Joe Raiti from Raiti's Ride said it's okay. And then you lock it up. Come on in. You got a 12-inch standard infotainment system. That's new for 2024, where all the trims get 12 inches. You do have, of course, your forward-facing camera. No, we're not in a fog. That's what it looks like when you off-road your Raptor R, not just taking it to the mall or a Cars and Coffee event. You can hit your 360 setup here, and look at how you could zoom in to every corner of the truck to make sure you don't bump any of your beautiful truck against the surroundings that you're in. You do have all your one-pedal operation for hill descent control, all by the touch of a button. And then, of course, to get out of all this, it's real simple. You just hit the camera button. We have our off-road screen, which you have a plethora of different readouts. Sync 4 operating software. You could bring up your music, go to bed camera, take a nap, all, look at that, in the screen while you have the navigation up. That's nice technology. We got our Pro Trailer Assist, because remember, you can tow with this performance truck, trailer release, your drive modes, your 4x4 setup, and then of course we have real buttons and knobs for radio controls, AC, 3 stages of ventilated seats, 3 stages of heated seats, and a heated steering wheel. More carbon fiber on the side. We got a 12 volt. We got a home power source. I recommend getting a radar detector when you're driving it around the roads where you live. That carbon fiber lid opens up, wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, nicely closed. On the side, you could put some trail mix. We've been driving on a lot of trails. Get some trail mix, a little bit of dried coconut, some dried pineapple, some almonds, some walnuts, whatever nuts you like to put in your mouth, you could keep down there. This is not standard. This is for our CB radio. So this does not come with your Raptor R. Even though you want it to, it doesn't. But breaker, this is a rubber ducky. Over. Breaker, rubber ducky. I guess they must be sleeping. This is going to control that 10-speed automatic with the orange stitching and the leather, the 2 cup holders. Hit the button, slides down, because then you could obviously open up your workspace area, which I've shown you many a time. Love the material here. Alcantara, the stitching, the Raptor R embroidery. Open it up, what do we got in here? CB radio. That's how much room it takes up, but then you have plenty of other room for all the snacks you need while you're off-roading. Seats. These are performance seats. The leather, the Raptor R embroidery, the Alcantara, the bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, no sunroof. So if you're hoping for a sunroof, no sunroof. You do have your auxiliary switches, get a winch, get an air horn, get extra lighting, and then you can wire it right up. It's almost like you're in a plane, firing off all the ignitions and stuff. Really, really nice to have that usability. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the new wheel in this Raptor R. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have, of course, that Ford Performance badge. Not all vehicles are Ford Performance vehicles, but definitely the Raptor is. We have our Raptor all-weather protection, extra 5 horsepower. And then, of course, we have our seat controls. That lower lumbar feels oh so good, especially when you wait and see when we go off-roading through the desert. You're going to want some lumbar, that's for sure. Steering wheel, the leather, love it. The orange stitching, you got a nice stripe up here, top dead center. The R for the Raptor R with carbon fiber, flat black on the switchgear, magnesium pedals, not copper, not tin, not plastic, magnesium metal, power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then check out our dash. We got our different drive modes. Raptor status, which is really cool. Look at the way you go into your different modes. And obviously the big ones are off-road, and the biggest one is Baja. Love that setup. Love the way the information is displayed. And then as Lori backs out, she could show you how when you go into Baja mode, the camera automatically comes on and stays on the whole freaking time. Nice to see that. But why don't we go ahead? It's not just about the people up front. There's room in the back seat for some friends, if you're lucky enough to have any. Let's get back there and check it out. All right, guys, backseat time. I'm gonna beat Lori to the punch because check it out. Backseat passengers get the carbon fiber, get the Alcantara microfiber suede material, the leather, nicely done. Backs of the seats, they actually bring the stitching all the way around, and you have these large pockets that you could put easily 4 Trail Donuts back here. There's a place up the road called Trail Donuts. Amazing donuts, massive in size, and what they do is their key ingredient is they take Oreo cookie and they grind it up and sprinkle it on top of the donut, whether it's frosted, glazed, or even jelly. That's the nice thing about the Trail Donuts. We have, of course, our CB radio working. Work on all in. Let me lower this, see if I can lower it. Now, that one I can't lower. 2 cup holders. You do have your AC vents. This is where our CB radio is powered in. You do have heated seats. Don't need them today. It's about 106 degrees out here. And then, of course, you have USB-Cs, 2 of them, home power source. And then plenty of room to where you could eat your donuts back here in comfort and have a bottle of milk. Or in my case, I would go yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo! Nice armrest, just enough material for an actual human arm. And then you'll notice that the rear passenger seats have the embroidery and the microfiber suede material as well. And then, of course, just like other Fords, you do have the storage. Right now it's closed, but this can be open for even more storage underneath, or in my case, more donuts. But why don't we go ahead? I think we've covered everything. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle, supercharged V8 style in this Raptor R. All right, guys, we're inside this 2024 Ford F-150 Raptor R out here in Palm Springs in the desert. And of course, we got to play it safe with our helmets and our Hans devices. Ford always likes to make sure that they are as safe as they possibly can, because we're gonna be pushing this Raptor R to the limit. All right, guys, here we are. I have it in Baja mode, and we're gonna get down and dirty. Obviously 4 high, 720 horsepower, over 600 pound-feet of torque. I think we need to go on throttle from a dead stop. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Woo! That 10-speed automatic doing its thing. The Fox racing suspension just soaking everything up, giving me perfect communication to the wheel. Right now we're doing 80 miles an hour in 5th gear. Wow. Love the way you just feel at ease behind the wheel. We have, of course, the forward-facing camera on. And I'm telling you right now, this truck is making child's play of the rest of this. Wow. On the brakes. 4 nice little left-hand bend. Here we go. Yahoo! But I'm telling you, it's just, you feel so comfortable and confident in this thing. Golly! Woo! Nice. Love the freaking feedback, the communication. Everything is just so spot on the money. Brakes feel great, and those 37-inch tires are really doing the business super well. I mean, look at this. Yeah! Golly, man. It shows that when you work with the right companies like Fox Racing Suspension, you're gonna get quality products. And this is stuff that they use in their factory trucks that they race in the Baja 1000 and Baja 500. This whoop section is freaking vicious. Nice. Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. I love the way the head-up display has your RPM, your speed. It's got a nice tachometer there, super clear to read and understand. Really turns well. Just grabs and goes. Look at this, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Woo! And it's cool that this Baja mode really allows the transmission to play along so nicely with the power delivery. All that torque. Yahoo! All that horsepower. This is freaking amazing. So amazing. And I'm just so glad to have you on the ride with us. Golly, look at this. Nice. It just soaks up the bumps. Everything is soaked up so well. Nice. Woo! The sound of that V8 out of that Ford Performance Active exhaust, just really, really nice. All right, guys. The changes that they made to the steering rack and the suspension are just, bar none, the big, big changes. And if you're ready, I'm ready. 720 horsepower on throttle, here we go. But yeah, the changes to the rack and pinion is what allows you to have such great feedback to the wheel and know exactly where you're at as you're going 80 miles an hour down a dirt road here. On the course, of course. You get it? Course, of course. But what's unbelievable is that none of the major vibrations are getting into the cabin. The seat is so comfortable, and it really makes you look like a pro. This truck makes you look super duper duper good. Of course, getting on the brakes allows you to stay nice and balanced into this left-hand bend here. Here we go. Yee-hoo! Nice. Here we go. But it's all about communication. You can keep adding more and more horsepower. And I was talking with the engineers with Ford Performance, and they're pushing almost as much horsepower as they do with their Baja trucks. So it's not just about horsepower, it's about the suspension and how everything is really well tuned for this truck. Here we go. Yahoo! Nice. Really working it. So balanced for a big ass truck. Just so balanced. Here we go. These whoops are killer here, man. These you gotta, because we're not in a trophy truck, we don't have crazy suspension travel, and that's where we're a little limited. But other than that, you got the power, baby. I got the power. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby. Look at this. This is freaking awesome, man. Freaking amazing. Yeah. Swing out the back. Woo! Nice. Just, I'm gonna say it again. The biggest takeaway with this Raptor R is, of course, the balance. And the fact that we got a beefy V8 up front, supercharged, is just allowing you to be like a pro. It really is. Look at this. Yee-hoo! Nice. Nice. Yee-hoo! Just makes you feel so confident, so controlled. We go on throttle. Nice, look at this. Woo! She loves to play. She loves to play. Woo! Great feedback in the wheel. Great feedback. All right, are you ready for some on throttle? Because I'm ready for some on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Woo! Look at that. Look at the braking action. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. But we're going to get back. I'm hoping you love this. We're going to get back and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. Guys, another great day out here in the desert. Definitely got to thank the whole Ford team for inviting us to do the first drive of this Raptor R. Let me know what you think. Has Ford created the special sauce over the Ram TRX, over the Ram RHO? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rights family. We got to give it up to the person that just does not quit. Lori Raiti, working like a champ, the hardest working person when it comes to videography in the universe. So show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all your dedication and what you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.